But that one was the one, but it was for the wrong. It had the wrong result. It
Yeah.
made him a very, very dangerous man, and you could see how intense he was on wanting to go out there, and even when he was throwing in early in the fight, when he was throwing counter punches, I've never seen him throw with that kind of, like Mike Tyson used to say, bad intent.
Any kind of success or any kind of result, especially after that performance. Usyk's getting better and better. He just improves every time he fights. And now he's bigger and thicker set, 20 pound heavier tonight than what he was when he beat Usyk.
Paulie Malignaggi praised Usyk for being a smart, technical boxer. He said that unlike many modern fighters who rely on strength or flashy moves, Usyk uses timing and intelligence. His footwork is quiet, but effective. Every step opens new chances or blocks his opponent. The smart movement lets him control the fight without needing a knockout. He uses rhythm and angles to confuse his opponents. Malignaggi said this style is the future of boxing, where skill beats power, and Usyk is leading that future. Usyk's move from cruiserweight to heavyweight wasn't just about gaining weight. He changed his strategy and learned how to fight in a new weight class, while still staying true to his style. Beating Anthony Joshua twice proved he could beat the biggest names. But what makes him even more respected is how he paused his boxing career to defend Ukraine during the war. This shows not just his skill, but also his strong values. It's rare to see a champion succeed in both sport and real-life responsibility.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was surprised because I had never seen him so intent on wanting to knock somebody out. It's the quickest knockout he scored, I think, in his professional career.
Yes,
I'd
even
have
at
to look
cruiserweight.
Yeah, I'd have to look to be sure, but it's the quickest knockout he scored. He was a man on a mission.
Yeah.
He was really personally hurt and offended by the remarks made by Team Dubois.
Yeah.
By George Fox, Don Charles' son.
Yeah.
By Don himself, questioned. I think the straw that broke the camel's back was questioning Usyk's faith.
Yes.
Now you could question a lot. You can question his skill, question boxing, or whatever you want. Questioning his faith, bro.
Yeah.
That was something that really hit a chord, and you don't often. Tyson Fury couldn't get to
he tried
Usyk
every head game in the book.
But that one was the one, but it was for the wrong. It had the wrong result. It
Yeah.
made him a very, very dangerous man, and you could see how intense he was on wanting to go out there, and even when he was throwing in early in the fight, when he was throwing counter punches, I've never seen him throw with that kind of, like Mike Tyson used to say, bad intentions.
Yeah, bad intentions, yeah.
He was throwing with bad intentions, yeah.
What really sets Usyk apart is his mindset. Even after becoming a unified champion, he stays humble. He never treats a fight like it's easy. He trains hard and respects every opponent. That humble attitude keeps him focused. While others get overconfident, Usyk sees every fight as serious. His discipline and mental strength help him stay consistent. It's not that he lacks pride, he just puts pride in his hard work, not in just winning. That's why his performance always stays at the highest level.
Usyk's involvement in the war began when he enlisted in the Ukrainian Territorial Defense Forces after the Russian invasion. His decision to fight for Ukraine has had a profound impact on the country, making him a symbol of hope and resistance. Usyk's presence on the front lines has boosted the morale of the Ukrainian military and civilian population alike. So this man kept his heavyweight championship, continued to be heavyweight champion, no losses, nothing on his record, and still went and defended his country during war. Given that, you gotta give him the greatest heavyweight fighter of all time. His accolades inside the ring, match it. But now that I find this out that the man was in the front line, and they said that even after the Fury fight, he was keeping in contact with the soldiers, and he was, boosting the morale and boosting his countrymen and raising money for the war, regardless of the politics, whether the war should be going on or not, and who should be killing who, it don't matter. The man went to war.
Roy Jones Jr. said he was shocked at how easily Usyk beat Daniel Dubois. Dubois is strong and powerful, but Roy said his strategy was too simple to beat someone as smart and skilled as Usyk. He explained that power alone isn't enough. You need brains and strategy to beat Usyk. Usyk studies his opponents like a chess player, watching for small mistakes and using them perfectly. Roy said if a fighter doesn't come with a nearly perfect plan, they won't survive against Usyk. His opinion carries weight, and it shows how big the gap is between regular fighters and true elites. Roy was honest. Usyk's real weapon isn't his fist, it's his mind.
Heavier tonight than what it was when he beat Fury, which I said earlier. He just looks like a big, solid heavyweight, big, solid, dangerous heavyweight. But I'd like to see him retire. He's 38 years old. Eventually, it's going to catch up with him, the age, and there's nothing left to do. He's made an absolute fortune, and he don't need it anymore. He's done it. He's clocked it. He's completed it. It's like he's got the cheat code, and it's like it's not fair on everybody else. So I'd like to see Usyk retire. Let me know in the comments who you'd like to see him fight next. Somebody like Moses Atoma, I just don't think is going to be ready. I think if you're managing Moses, you need to take your time with him. You can't be chucking him in there. People say, yeah, chuck him in there with him, fight him, see how he goes. If he gets beat, he's lost to Usyk. But it could destroy his soul. It could take away that young, promising prospect that Atoma is. He could have a good future. And to fight somebody like Usyk now, if he got wiped out and got disheartened, it could be the end of his career. So I just think Usyk now, really, nobody can say anything to Usyk if he retires now after that win. He's done everything there is to do. Fury twice, AJ twice, now Dubois twice. There's nobody else left to beat. He's done it. Usyk should just hang the gloves up. He's been a fantastic addition to the heavyweight division since coming up from cruiserweight. He's been absolutely brilliant. And what he did tonight against Dubois was nothing short of just, it made it look easy. And I don't want to disrespect Daniel Dubois, but it just made it look easy. And he does make rounds look easy, doesn't he? Whoever is in with, whether he's in with Tyson Fury, whether he's in with AJ, he makes it look easy.
Some people are now comparing Usyk to Muhammad Ali, even though their styles are different. Both are seen as incredibly smart fighters. They don't just win with punches, but with rhythm, movement, and strategy. Usyk reads his opponents, changes tactics, and takes them apart just like Ali used to do. This comparison isn't about fame or legacy, but about their deep understanding of boxing. It shows how powerful Usyk's presence is in today's boxing world.
Then, well, here it is. Here's your world title shot. You're going to fight for a world title, right? But if you're Joseph Parker, and I spoke to Andy Lee, it isn't just a case of fighting for a world title. You want to fight the #1 for the world title, and that guy is Oleksandr Usyk. So, yeah, there must be loads of conversations going on right now. Loads of conversations. I did say this the other day, and I don't know, sometimes I'm like, when I was in the ring and I was interviewing Oleksandr Usyk, I was desperate because of my love for Joseph Parker. I was desperate for Joseph Parker to get, I know he got in the ring after, but I'm talking about on the zone. So whilst everyone is still in the stadium and everyone's still tuned in, I was desperate for him to kind of just jump in the ring. I was desperate for him to do it. Chisora was trying to do it. So Chisora knows how to play the game. And as much as people are like, what's Chisora doing? Chisora won't get the fight, but that's kind of what you got to do. And I know people are like, well, 1 second, it's not like that. It's ranking. Well, no, it's not though, is it? Because, again, Oleksandr Usyk can vacate the belt. He can say no. You have to kind of do what Daniel Dubois did last time. Daniel Dubois, rightly or wrongly, got in the ring, pissed Usyk off. Usyk's like, okay, we'll fight then. Fuck it. If this is what you're doing, dude, we'll fight. And I felt like there was a time where I wanted Joseph Parker to almost nudge me. And I'm telling you now, we're kind of told not to give the mic. I don't know if you see, I always hold on to the mic. I would have given Joseph Parker the mic. And I would like Joseph Parker because there's a mean side to Joseph Parker. I think everyone sees the friendly side. I've seen the mean side. And I wanted Joseph Parker to say, I want my shot. You've been ducking me. All these things might not be true, but do it. Sell it. The crowd would have gone a bit wild, right? Because I think a lot of the crowd want Joseph Parker to get his shot. That's not what happened. And all of a sudden, you're seeing Jake Paul in the ring doing a face-off. You're seeing all these, and I'm like, where's Joseph Parker? Where are you, Joseph?
Joseph Parker is being mentioned as a possible opponent for Usyk, but most people don't think it would be a tough fight. They see it as an easy win for Usyk because of their styles and experience. LevelsA Oladipo suggested bringing back Derek Chisora instead, not for a challenge, but for entertainment. Chisora is known for making fights exciting with his wild style and personality. Still, when it comes to real competition, neither Parker nor Chisora seems able to seriously test Usyk in the form he's in now.
Interesting heavyweight division, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys thought of Usyk's performance, where he ranks on the all-time list. I know, everybody was big into their nostalgia, but remember, Soviets were not turning pro until the 90s, and I think that makes a big difference. That's another thing. Heavyweights are bigger. Lefties are more common now, and also the Soviet era of fighters did not start turning pro until the 90s. So the old days, they didn't have to deal with those guys. So a lot of things that also favor Usyk being a GOAT. But of course, man, it's hard to pick against Ali being the GOAT.
Carl Froch openly praised Usyk's steady rise. He said Usyk keeps improving, getting stronger and smarter in every fight. Froch added that Joseph Parker wouldn't be much of a challenge because of his past losses and weaknesses. He even said Usyk might want to retire soon since he's already done it all, won titles in different divisions, and proved he's the best of his generation. Fighting someone like Moses wouldn't add anything to his legacy. Froch's view was shared by many. Usyk has nothing left to prove.
Oleksandr Usyk, what did you make of his display against Daniel Dubois last Saturday? It was something else, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was, but it was nothing less than I expected, because if you make a guy quit with a jab, Spencer, you know this. If you make a guy quit with a jab, how is that guy ever going to beat you? You understand me? I mean, that's just what the real facts are. Not that the kid had got a little bit better. He got a little more confidence because he had a win over Joshua, which was good, but confidence is just not enough to beat a guy like Usyk. You got to have some technique. You got to have some grit. You can't lose him with a jab and think you're going to beat him. It's not going to work.
Well, you was a smaller guy that went up and won the world heavyweight title, one of the only ones to do that from middleweight up to heavyweight. How does someone beat Oleksandr Usyk? Is it the smaller guy? Is it the guy that's coming up in the weight divisions, as opposed to the bigger heavyweights?
No, the bigger guys could beat him. Just got to have the right fight plan. None of these guys fighting with the right fight plan. And I'm not going to tell them the right fight plan because that's not my job to do. But you got to have the right fight plan to fight Usyk. If you don't have the right fight plan, he's going to destroy you.
Usyk's greatness isn't just about boxing. When war started in Ukraine, he made the brave choice to serve his country, even though he was at the peak of his career. While others looked for safety, he stood up for his homeland. This act earned him deep respect in Ukraine. It showed he has not only the heart of a champion, but also the bravery of a patriot. He went from being ignored by some UK fighters and fans to becoming a global icon. He didn't ask for respect, he earned it with both his fists and his courage.
What are the dangers that Daniel Dubois brings to you this time?
Daniel, young guy. Daniel, dangerous every time because this guy have good punch and good boxing skill. But I must be careful because it's boxing. But I prepare for this fight.
Will you stop him this time, do you think, or will it go 12 rounds?
Listen, I prepare every time on 12th round because we, with my coach, with my team, we prepare 12th round. But if I have chance, I do it.
Do you believe you will stop him?
Yes, of course.
Many people question if Usyk could stay strong against younger, more powerful heavyweights. He faced a lot of doubt before his rematch with Daniel Dubois, but instead of looking nervous, Usyk gave a masterful performance that silenced his critics. His timing, footwork, and calmness were perfect. Analyst Russ Somber said Usyk had something to prove, and he did. He controlled the fight, broke down Dubois with skill, and showed everyone he's still one of the best heavyweights. This wasn't just a win, it was a clear message that Usyk is still at the top.
But he must go away and make the adjustments, do some learning. But that can only happen if he can let go of his dad. And I mean, when it comes to the boxing, the fact of the matter is, if his dad was good enough for the job, he would already be in his corner. Oleksandr Usyk, 3-time undisputed champion of the world. There's no doubt in my mind He takes the #1 spot for pound, and not forgetting it's 2 different weights. And it's not just that, it's the fashion in which he does it. It's clinical. He cleaned up in the amateurs than the pros. He's just built different. He's been fighting the best. No questions asked. Going into the lion's den time and time again. His wins are so clean. He's not in wars. He takes care of business. Comes back like he's been to the shops. And amongst all of this, he's been to war. The way he carries himself is impeccable. I couldn't think of a better man, a person, to represent the sport of boxing. He's beaten the best at heavyweight, not once, but twice. AJ, Fury, and now Daniel Dubois. At this point, I just feel he should retire. He's got nothing to prove. And I felt this way after Fury 2, after beating Daniel at 38. What's left? Let me know what you think. Please let me know in the comment section. I love to read them. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
In his recent training videos, Usyk looks amazing like no one else in boxing. His training is very different and helps improve his vision to an extreme level. It almost feels like he can see every punch before it comes. His movements are smooth, focused, and almost unreal. This rare way of training makes him very hard to hit, and that's why no one finds it easy to beat him in the ring.